Hey everybody, welcome back. So today we're going to talk about Stephen Douglas from My Three Sons. So Stephen Douglas, the widowed aeronautical engineer from My Three Sons, would likely practice a type of therapy deeply rooted in his on-screen persona, solution-focused brief therapy with a strong emphasis on practical problem solving and family systems. Here's why and what it might look like. Core principles and why solution-focused brief therapy fits Steve Douglas. Practicality and efficiency. Steve Douglas was a man of logic and engineering. He preferred direct solutions and didn't often dwell on complex emotional introspection. Solution-focused brief therapy is highly practical, focusing on identifying solutions rather than dwelling on the origins of problems. He'd be less interested in why you feel a certain way and more interested in what you can do about it. Strengths-based approach. Steve always believed in his sons and their capabilities, even when they made mistakes. Solution-focused brief therapy emphasizes identifying and building upon a client's existing strengths and resources. He'd ask, what are you already doing that works? And what skills do you have that can help you overcome this? Focus on the how, not just the why. As an engineer, Steve would be driven by understanding mechanisms and creating effective plans. SFBT similarly focuses on how a client can achieve their desired future rather than endlessly analyzing the why of their past struggles. Miracle question is a blueprint. The miracle question is a cornerstone of solution-focused brief therapy. If you woke up tomorrow and by some miracle your problem was solved, what would be different? Steve would love this as a way to help clients envision their desired future and then work backwards to create steps. Goal-oriented and measurable progress. Steve was always about moving forward and seeing tangible results, whether it was a new design or a son learning a life lesson. SFBT is a highly goal-oriented and setting clear, small, achievable steps and measuring progress. He'd encourage clients to set benchmarks for their emotional well-being. The Douglas Family Council approach, family systems emphasis. While he's a therapist for individuals, Steve's experience as a single father raising three sons and later a daughter would naturally lead him to incorporate family systems thinking. He'd understand how each individual's behavior impacts the family unit and vice versa. He might not call it family therapy, but his individual sessions would often explore family dynamics and communication patterns. He'd likely encourage clients to consider how their changes might positively impact their family. Calm, steady demeanor. Steve was known for his calm, cool, collected, and wise demeanor. He wouldn't be overly emotional or dramatic in his sessions. He'd provide a steady, reassuring presence, offering clear, sensible advice. Life lessons and gentle guidance. Much like he guided his sons through various life challenges, Steve would offer gentle, practical wisdom. He'd use relatable analogies and stories, perhaps from his engineering days or parenting experiences, to illustrate points, always with a clear moral takeaway. What a session might look like. Initial phase. Steve would calmly listen to the client's problem, ask clarifying questions with a notepad in hand. He'd quickly shift to, okay, so what would you like to see happen instead? Or what's a small change you can make this week that would move you in that direction? Scaling questions. He'd frequently use scaling questions, for example, on a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being your ideal outcome. Where are you now and where would you like to be? To help clients quantify their progress and identify small steps forward. Exception finding. Steve would be a master at finding exceptions to the problem. Tell me about a time when this problem didn't happen, or when it was less severe. What were you doing differently then? Homework assignments. Practical, actionable homework assignments would be a staple. This week, I'd like you to try whatever and notice what happens. Minimal focus on past trauma. While he would acknowledge a client's past, Steve wouldn't dwell on it excessively. His focus would always be on building a better future. We can't change what happened, but we can change how you move forward from it. In essence, Steve Douglas's therapy would be grounded in common sense, personal responsibility, and a belief in the client's innate ability to solve their own problems with the right guidance and a solid, well-engineered plan. So what do you think? What do you think about Steve Douglas's approach, and would you want him as your therapist? Let me know in the comments, and I'll speak to you next time.